All right, stop. Let's slow this down just a little bit. Safety awareness is at an all-time high in the trucking industry thanks to new regulations and programs like CSA, Compliance, Safety, and Accountability. I realize just like any other program, when things change, it can be frustrating, confusing, and even leave you stressed out. What's important to remember is everybody in the supply chain feels the same way you do about these new regulations. At the end of the day, all we're really trying to do is save lives. Let's break down CSA just a little bit. Basically, CSA is just positives and negatives on a scorecard. What I mean by that is anytime we have a clean roadside inspection or fixed site inspection, that's positive. Negatives come in from violations, out-of-service violations, DOT reportable accidents. Those all get points. Points are then assessed on the scorecard and they create a percentage. That percentage shows how our company relates to other companies in the trucking industry that are in our peer group. What's really important to remember is that scorecard is public. Everyone can see it. Shippers, consignees, even other drivers interested in coming to our company. Definitely our customers. So what's very important about CSA is to make sure it's always on your mind and on your driver's mind. It just benefits everyone.
CSA has always been in place since I've been driving. It's always been the forefront of every safety department for the previous 2 carriers I worked for.
I think CSA has had a positive impact on the industry today due to the fact that drivers are going to have to be more aware of their equipment. They're going to have to take a little bit more time out of their day during their pre-trips and post-trips to look for anything that might be in violation.
I think overall it's a good thing because it stops a driver, it stops a dispatcher, it stops a terminal manager for doing something foolish just to try and get the job done.
A key component to safety is hours of service. In any given day, a driver only has 14 hours to work and 11 hours to drive. It's very important everyone up and down the supply chain be involved in helping utilize these hours correctly. Electronic logging devices will go a long way towards helping all of us understand where that driver is in his day, how many hours he has left to work, how many he's already worked, where he is in his 70 hours. All key components to helping keep a fatigued driver off the road. It's just that important we all be involved.
The e-logs are going to affect everything in regards to how much is being shipped, when it's being shipped, where it's being shipped, how many drivers can be put on because of it, and the hours of service compliance, the rates that carriers can charge.
It's going to take the shippers, it's going to take carriers to work with these rail yards and ports, and they're going to have to, they're going to have to move us, they're going to have to load us quick and get us out of there because it's going to affect everybody.
E-logs, I ran e-logs when I was over the road. I think they were a good thing. I ran paper in the beginning and went to e-logs. I thought it was more efficient. You got logged to the minute. It actually helped you and it kept you in compliance with the law.
Another important aspect of safety is vehicle maintenance. CSA has definitely made our drivers more aware of how they should be pre- and post-tripping their trucks, what to look for. What's a DOT officer going to be looking for in a roadside inspection or a fixed site? These are all important components to helping our driver know that that truck is 100% ready to go every time it hits the road. Our customers are happier knowing that their load is properly secured to our trailers and is going to arrive at the consignee damage-free. Most importantly, our drivers are just going up and down the road more confident that their truck is underneath them the way it's supposed to be. Overall, CSA has definitely pointed out why vehicle maintenance should be important to all of us when it comes to protecting our drivers, protecting our customers, the freight, and the public at large.
Now after CSA, I asked the driver if he received any violations, and then if he says yes, we address what the violations were and what we needed to do to remedy them.
I inspect my equipment. I go through it probably more than just my pre-trip and my post-trip. I'm going through my equipment all day long. Every time I get out of my truck, whether it be 8, 10, 12 times a day, I'm kicking my tires. I'm looking for things that could possibly go wrong during the day.
Compliance, safety, accountability. Every time I talk to a driver, I tell them to inspect their truck like they're not going down the road today. I want them to think of the person they love the most in the whole wide world, and when they're done inspecting the truck, that's who's going down the road. I try and get them in that mindset so that they realize how important it is that they go over that truck. Not just because CSA says so and because there's points involved and we're all affected by it, because it's just that important. If we all did that and we all keep in mind how important what we do every day is to somebody's life, to somebody's family, somebody's loved one, I guarantee you, we'd all take a lot more respect at each level of what we do in the supply chain. At the end of the day, it's just that important. It's all about safety.